Good afternoon. It is Monday, December 10th, day 344, and we're going to be talking about part 2, hearing from God. Part 2, hearing from God. Yesterday we dealt with dedication will eventually become separation, and today we're going to talk about the closer you're getting to God, the smaller the crowd gets. Now, another way people say this is, and this is a lie, by the way, it's lonely at the top. And I may call it lonely at the top, just so I can get people to really open it up, because it's really not lonely at the top. Here's the situation. Once you begin to go and get closer to God, the crowd becomes smaller. Why? Because as you get closer to God, you realize that more and more people around you are not going in that direction. All right, and so it appears that you are becoming lonely, and what's happening is your associations change. And as you grow in God, as you escalate your relationship in God, you'll find out that there are people that are around you as you get closer to God, but they are also people getting closer to God. Now, there's a few signs which I'm not going to get into, but you already know the name calling, the false accusations, and I'm talking about real now. I'm not talking about somebody who's out here being an adulterer and all of a sudden people are lying on you. No, they're telling the truth. Stop sleeping around on your wife, okay? Or stop sleeping around on your husband. Or you're a thief, I'm an ex-thief. Or you're a liar, I'm an ex-liar. So I can speak to those issues very well. So, with that being said, day 344, lonely at the top. That's a lie. The closer you get to God, the smaller the crowd gets. Now, why is it lonely, quote unquote, at the top? All right. First of all, it takes time to develop getting to the top. Now, here's a physical characteristic. You have to have special kind of lungs. Otherwise, you have to have the ability to breathe where others cannot breathe. Why? Because the oxygen is thinner, if you will, or thinner, the closer you go up, the higher you go up. Just ask the Denver Broncos and people who play in Denver. They'll tell you that they have to have oxygen masks, etc., etc. Why? Because the air is different. And just like walking with God, the air becomes different around you. All right? Here's the other key, too. Also, as you grow in God, as you get closer to God, meaning elevate in God, which is really being more humble, lowering oneself in the treasures of God's word. Watch this. You also open yourself up to more hostility and unrealistic criticism, overly judgmental people. Why? Because you are leaving the crowd, and so you are now going to be an easier target because you are almost really standing by yourself. But there are other people around you who see and can discern and understand what you're doing. Okay? So understand this. It is not lonely at the top. The crowd just gets smaller the closer you get to God. You have to develop special kinds of tools so you can thrive at the top. What are we looking for? Superior productivity. So day 344, hearing God part 2, 3 things. Don't believe the lie. It's lonely at the top. It's not lonely at the top. The crowd gets smaller. 2, you're going to experience unreasonable hostility, the lying, all that kind of stuff. Make sure it's a lie now. Don't be trying to be something that you're not. Develop the right tools to exist in the presence of God. Okay? And guess what? My last point. As you grow in God, which is becoming more and more humble, you will grow to be more fruitful. And what are we looking for? Superior productivity or superior effectiveness. Okay, that's our goal. So stay humble. Realize it's lonely. At the top, no, it's not lonely. The crowd just gets smaller. Become more effective. Develop your lungs so you can take the right breath. Because the air is way different as you grow in dimensions with God, the Most High God. Day 344, hearing from God, part 2. Peace. Monday, by the way, December 10th.